Hey guys, time for another episode of Cooking with Joel, and today we are going to make some of the most amazing mashed potatoes that you have ever had in your life. This is the only way I cook these since I discovered this recipe. They are rich, they are creamy, they taste amazing. However, I will warn you, this is not the most health-conscious mashed potato recipe you'll ever see in your life. What you're going to need is either going to be 3 really big baking potatoes, or like I have here, I've got 2 decent-sized baking potatoes and 3 smaller ones. And you are going to need 4 sticks of real butter. No Parquet, no Country Crock. You don't want margarine, you want real butter. Anyway, I will go ahead and get these potatoes sliced and peeled and diced up. As you can see, I've got all the potatoes peeled. I've got them halved and then halved again. They tend to cook easier this way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring our water up to a boil. Then we're going to go ahead and put all our potatoes in there. Obviously, go ahead and salt your water first. And you are going to want to cook these until they are completely done. So it's probably going to take about a half hour to cook these to the doneness that we want, because you don't want any lumps or anything left in the potatoes once we have got them out of the water. Now what I'm going to do after these are in, I'm going to go ahead and take my 4 sticks of butter and I'll go ahead and slice those up into pats, because you're going to add the butter to this in stages, but not until after the potatoes are done. Alright guys, so we got the water boiling. I tried to do the overhead view like I normally do, but it completely fogged everything up. So we'll just go ahead and get these potatoes added in. Alright, so we'll let that come back up to a boil, and then we're going to boil them for as long as it takes for them to be completely done. Basically, when you take one of these out and you put a knife through it, you don't want any resistance whatsoever. That'll probably take us about 30 or so minutes. We have the potatoes done, and I'll put them back into the pot, and I've turned the heat down to low, because you are still going to want a little bit of heat going through this, because your butter's at room temperature, and otherwise it's not going to melt. So you're going to start by just using a regular potato masher, and this thing's hot, so I'll do this. And right now you're just going to want to mash them up as well as you can. Alright, and we're going to add the butter in stages. So for the first stage, we're still going to be using the masher. And as this starts to kind of break up and melt, it's going to get easier and easier to work with. Alright, and from now on guys, we're going to be using a whisk. And you see how it just starts to incorporate at that point, and it just, God, this smells amazing. And then we'll go ahead and add the last of the butter. Go ahead and whisk all that until it's all good and melted. And to finish it off, just to top the consistency, put about 1/4 cup of hot milk in there. You can just heat it up in the microwave. And stir that in. Do this a little slow, otherwise it'll splash over, like mine just did. Alright, and now that you've got everything mixed, you are going to want to taste for seasoning before you put anything in, because the only salt that we put in this at this point is what we put in the water. And mine does need a little bit of salt. Not too much though. And we'll go ahead and add some pepper. Alright, and now guys, I will go ahead and cut this off while I plate this, and I will be right back. And there we go. There is 1 plate of some of the best mashed potatoes you are ever going to have in your life. This is great for, a side for a steak, or if you're cooking, it'll also go great with, any other main dish. It is absolutely amazing. Hopefully you guys will give this recipe a shot, and I hope you like it. Take care.